Hello and welcome back to Chaos in Calradia. We're here at Ortysia, and there's a reason for that. There is a very cool functionality or mechanic that you can do in this mod that I was not aware of until someone told me in the comments. And I gotta say, I'm actually surprised I did not realize it beforehand. But, you know, it's me, so, Anyway, the point is, the mechanic that I'm talking about right now is if you attack and capture a capital city of an enemy faction that you're at war with, you will capture every single castle and fief that they have under their control. So, for example, right now, Ortysia has every other castle tied to it. So if I take Ortysia, we will have Garantor Castle, Thractorai Castle, Veron Castle, Abcoma Castle, and Hatosia Castle all captured immediately. And that is something extremely cool in my opinion. I love those kinds of mechanics. Makes a huge amount of sense to me, as well as making everything so much higher stakes as well. Because that means that if my capital city is taken, that's game over. It's literally a sudden death situation in that scenario, and that is the point. That's the reason why I suppose it is a good idea to try to level your capital city to the highest it possibly can be, because if there is a massive army that decides that they want to, take your capital, you can't do anything about it. That's gonna be game over. You're just gonna have to rush over there as fast as you possibly can. Have to hope that your vassals will be in and around that territory just to kind of be like, oh yes, hello, I'm gonna come and interfere in your plans, individual person, and so on and so forth. Yeah, that kind of thing. So that's the kind of thing that I am talking about when it comes to capital cities, and I love that mechanic. I think that the modding team / creator has done an absolutely fantastic job with this specific mechanic, and in general, really, because this so fundamentally changes everything that we know about playing Bannerlord and the standards of playing Bannerlord. Obviously, everything is very much, Bannerlord-esque, because obviously it is Bannerlord. You want the gameplay to remain relatively similar to how you would expect it to be. The standards, you take a sword and you slash at this guy, and you take a, mace and you bash that guy's face in, and so on and so forth. That kind of thing is obviously what you want to do most of the time. However, obviously, when it comes to this kind of mechanic, I love it. I think this is really fun. And what I'm doing right now is I'm basically just trying to injure some of the inhabitants of this particular fief. As you can see, we're actually inflicting quite a bit of damage, surprisingly so. I'm kind of surprised that their engineering section is not very good. They don't seem to be very powerful in that regard. So what I'm going to do is I will start transferring these things out, and we'll start getting fire catapults instead, because fire catapults are obviously going to be exceedingly good. They're going to be really nice to use when we actually go into the battle itself. Okay, come on now. Let's kill that last one. Come on. Yeah, see, that's exactly... Oh, there we go. Okay. Whew, I was a bit worried there for a second. I do need to respec my engineer. I forgot to do that in the previous episode, so we're going to have to do something about that. We've got 1,800 versus 2,200. I do have one focus point and one attribute point to spend, so what are we going to spend it in? Well, we're probably going to be spending it in... Probably control, because that's going to get me Impale, and I absolutely love Impale, as I said. I think this is probably one of my favorite perks, ever, just because it really fundamentally changes. Once again, it changes the mechanic of a certain thing in the game, which is something that's really amazing, because you really want to make sure that every single time you throw one of those javelins, it's doing damage, because you throw it and it does 0. That is terrible. That is probably one of the worst feelings in the world. But if you have something that immediately, just automatically, guaranteed does damage every single time, no matter whether they're using a shield or not, you are going to be in the money. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so much more fun than you would have if it were just like plink, plink, plink against the shield, you know, all the time. That's really annoying. Anyway, we're going to see. Not a big fan of what we're currently doing here, but did I build siege? Yeah. Yes, I did. Okay, yeah, I did build siege engines and stuff like that. Who's this guy? Hello, you're dead. Are these enemies? No, these are my guys. Okay, what? I literally cannot see. I couldn't see that icon for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, let's go. Let's try and get in there if we can. It's going to be a little bit problematic to do so, I think. Going to tell all of my forces to charge in here because we really just need them to charge. We really need them to charge. This is going to be very difficult for us, by the way. This is going to be very, very difficult because we're facing tier 5 units across the board, basically. So it's going to be kind of a tough one. And I'm hopeful that we'll be okay doing it. Maybe we won't. Now just look at what we've got going on here. This is absolutely insane. Yes, I obviously, yeah, I died, of course. You know, I mean, I was at the front over here. I got shot in the face. It was absolutely terrible. But yeah, anyway, the point is, look at these guys. We're facing all of these guys right here in the courtyard. And it is, well, it looks to be a victory for us. We are managing. Surprisingly enough, I guess it's because we do have some very, very strong units ourselves. And generally, obviously, eliminating the walls makes a huge difference. We also have a battering ram, as you can see, that has actually done the business here. And we've gotten the gate open as a result of that. And I'm actually wondering, can I go in there now? I'm actually not entirely sure if they fixed that. I think, yeah, you can. Look at that. That's very, very cool. Because it was quite some time ago that you couldn't actually go into these places. It would actually just, you know, port you onto the top or bottom of these structures. But it's very, very cool that you can actually go inside those places now. Anyway, I'm just going to speed things along, and we're going to see what actually ends up happening when we have captured this. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a huge, well, basically world-altering scenario here, because the fact that we're able to eliminate one capital city and take everything else, that is just fantastic. And we're going to be getting all of those vassals, and no wonder, I mean, to be fair, no wonder they're actually pledging loyalty to us, because if you came up against a faction that were just unstoppable when it came to their conquering and their murder and all that stuff. Yeah, we did an absolutely fantastic job here, but yeah, there you go. Very nice victory right there. I only got 6 kills. Yes, very sad. But yes, there you go. That is wonderful. Very, very nice. Okay, so let's... oh, actually taking him prisoner makes no sense. I shouldn't have done that. Yes, I shouldn't have done that. That was absolutely pointless. Okay, so let's just take all the prisoners here, because obviously I'm going to sell them for some very, very nice roguery skill, or at the very least, hopefully, some nice roguery skill. And there you go, look at it! Ortysia has fallen, and 6 landed clans from Mr. Poros now serve Beartooth. And look at this. Look at this. All of those fiefs are now ours. And that is just... that is just bonkers. That is just absolutely bonkers. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Really, really love seeing that. All right, so let's see what I can do here about our prisoners, because obviously I want to try to... let's just see what I can get rid of here. I'm not entirely sure if I can get rid of that much. Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't really want to get rid of the legionaries if at all possible. But yeah, I guess I will just get rid of some of these guys. It's going to be unlikely that we're going to be getting onto the ocean waves anytime soon, right? Or is it? I don't know. Maybe we will. We've got to get rid of some of these as well. Rid of some of these. And there you go. All right, that's it. 32,000. How much roguery skill do you think we're going to get from this? Probably not that much. I'd say probably about 20 points. Yep, okay, there you go. 18. All right, okay, that's kind of close. All right, so yeah, anyway, we're just going to wait here for a little bit of time. I will probably be disbanding the army, despite the fact that I don't really want to do that. I kind of want to go over to Kuyaz, if at all possible, because they're currently at war against us. But the funny thing about Kuyaz is that I don't really care whether we're at war against them. I know that sounds pretty funny, but... Oh, What's this? A new frontier with Fen Giol has appeared, and Detir and Decourtin. Okay, yeah, I assume they are just wanting to potentially murder us. We could... I'm actually not entirely sure. You know what? I'm going to disband the army right now. And I think what we're going to do... we've taken Danustica too. Wow, okay, someone must have taken that. Okay, that's very nice. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to go to Poros. And we're going to see if I can maybe advance it a little bit. Level 5? Maybe level 5. That would be kind of cool. Because after that, we can literally just get level 5s. We can just get tier 5 units up the wazoo. I don't even have to struggle to get units at that point. It's going to be a huge amount easier. I guess we'll just do Manhunter. Yeah, 20% better deals. Yeah, sure, why not? I think that sounds pretty decent. But yeah, we've got 25,000 gold coming to us every single day. And I will be making my way back here. Okay, so how are we doing? Do we have a herding problem? No, we don't have any kind of problem right now. Our prisoners are the things that are slowing us down the most, which is to be expected, I suppose. They are very, very high level, so it is going to take quite some time to convert them after all. Alright, so here it comes. I have already called for a massive, massive army. I don't even know how strong we actually are here. I mean, I know we have 5,400 strength, technically, but I don't know how many we have in numbers. And we also have this. Yes, a massive, massive army coming our way here. Loads of Imperial Coast Guards. I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be able to achieve victory here, but we are going to have the best possible chance as it is right now. Let's do it. All right, so what we're going to go for is, should we go for fire catapults or shall we go for regular catapults? If I go for regular catapults, we will potentially be able to destroy the enemy's catapults because they're probably going to try to destroy the walls, I would assume. So let's go with the regular catapults for now, despite the fact that I personally prefer the fire ones. But let's just give it a go, shall we? Let's see what happens. I mean, we have 5,000 troops in the garrison here. This is going to be very... Oh, there's Attalon. Oh, wow. He's actually potentially coming to help us. Oh, they're using trebuchets. That's very interesting. Usually they never use trebuchets. Okay. Very, very intriguing that they decided to do that for once. Okay, yeah. I should have respected my engineer as well. I'm an idiot. I forgot. I forgot about that. Okay, yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. It's okay. Hopefully, you know what? I'm going to take a look at him real fast because maybe he's actually okay. Maybe he's spec'd okay and he's not actually really, really bad. Let's have a look. Ranged siege engines, that's pretty good. Yes, hit points to ranged siege engines. I personally prefer Dungeon Architect. I think Dungeon Architect is slightly better, but that's just me. Then he has... Yeah, he doesn't have the 50% ammunition to ranged troops when besieging. That's kind of unfortunate. And then he also has, yeah, more damage to the walls. That's pretty good. More accuracy to ballistas when we actually need accuracy to trebuchets and mangonels. Obviously, that's wrong. And then he has one pre-built ballista instead of cohesion loss of armies. Don't really care about that too much. And yeah, okay, so he has basically two things that are not so good. Maybe that makes a difference. Maybe that makes a significant difference, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But all I know is that we are going to be... Oh, dear. Yeah, this is bad. Yeah, we're going to lose the walls. We are definitely going to lose the walls here. I could go for... I could go for an ambush. And we don't have the ability to sally out. Oh my god, look at that. There's no way for me to sally out. I'm obviously just joking. I'm just making fun of myself from a previous episode where I didn't notice. I didn't notice that ability right there. But anyway, yes, we're just going to go and ambush these guys before the... I could go for a sally out. Shall we go for a sally out? I don't think that's a good idea, but I could... I don't know. Maybe that's a plan. Maybe it's a plan. Or maybe it's one of the worst plans I've ever had. Who knows? We might get ourselves actually killed here. This would be bad. Wow, these guys... What? The amount of damage that they're able to deal is insane. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. I am really, really low in HP now. This is actually super bad. We really do not want this. The question is, are we gonna be able to do anything? Can we actually destroy their siege? Is it gonna be even possible for me to destroy their siege? Okay, a little bit of damage. Yep, yep. Nice, nice. Good damage, actually. Good damage. Surprisingly so. Yeah, there we go. We actually took out the trebuchet. That's perfect. I'm not entirely sure if I even did a particularly good job there, to be honest. It feels to me like that was a huge waste of time. Is that just me? Yeah, I'm gonna end the ambush. That doesn't seem like a particularly good idea. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna have to regenerate now. Okay, so the enemy has decided to go in here. Very, very strangely, I don't really know what's going on with this, because it feels like they're doing this randomly. Because what they really needed to do was just stick with their trebuchets, try to get the trebuchets to, you know, do enough damage to the walls to take them down. As it is right now, they are in trouble. This is a bit of a troublesome spot for them, because they're not really going to have... Wow, a load of them are just randomly dying somehow. Not entirely sure how that's happening, but yes. Anyway, we're getting more reinforcements on our side as well. As you can see, we've got 1,200. We obviously have 2 catapults, by the way. We have 2 catapults up and running. And the enemy is just literally dying somehow. The enemy are just dying. Is that me? No, that's my guys. How are my guys dying? Are you serious? How are they dying? Are they falling off somewhere or getting killed by something? Where are they? What? Huh. Okay, I don't necessarily agree on that. But yeah, well, whatever the case, we can only hope that our catapults are actually going to do something. Because I need them to actually do damage to the siege tower over there. That siege tower right there. Yes, 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 yes. Nice. That was a good hit. That was a good hit. Not good enough, but a good hit, nevertheless. Maybe we can get another hit. Maybe we can get another one. Kind of hoping that it will do something. I think one more hit should be enough. One more? Oh, okay. Not enough. Not enough. Okay. Yeah, might have some issues here. I mean, the fact is that this siege tower will be destroyed. Even if it makes its way all the way here, it will be destroyed at some point. Like that. There you go. It's destroyed. And hopefully the... Oh, the battering ram is pretty damaged. This is good. Okay, we might have this in the bag, just purely from the fact that they have kind of done a bad job with their siege in general. Because their battering ram... I should have focused the battering ram, by the way. That's the thing that I should have focused down in the ambush scenario itself. Because if you do damage to the battering ram or the siege tower or something like that, they don't really have the ability to repair that unless it's destroyed completely, and they can't be destroyed because your ranged engines, ranged catapults and stuff like that, they can't actually do anything to the battering ram or the siege tower. So doing damage to those structures as a player character, that makes all the sense in the world. I actually feel like I should go out there. I'm gonna do this. This is a huge mistake, by the way. Don't do this, okay? Don't do this if you're like, you know, playing alongside me or whatever, but... Oh, yeah, no, I'm just gonna do damage. I'm just gonna do damage. This doesn't really do much, does it? Yeah, this doesn't really do as much as I anticipated it would. That's kind of unfortunate, but how much damage was I gonna do with a rock or something like that? Probably not that much, right? How much damage? Probably like 500 or something? I don't know, I mean... I'm doing about that with just like a couple of hits, so I guess it's not too bad. I do need to get out of here though, probably. Oh no, these guys are not actually managing... They're not actually managing to use the battering ram because I'm right here. This is hilarious. Oh, I'm actually destroying this. I'm actually destroying this. Hello. Okay. if I manage to do this, this is going to be a huge, huge swing in our favor. This is going to be extremely, extremely difficult for them. If I die here, I don't even care. I don't even care if I die right now. What I need to do is I need to kill this thing. There we go. Come on now. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Are you serious? There we go. Yes. Yes. Dead. Yes. There you go. They cannot possibly get in now. They cannot possibly get in now. They are going to be, they are done. They are 100% done here. This is literally one of the stupidest strategies I've ever done, basically. Me coming out here and destroying the battering ram by myself. But they're going to have a very hard time getting up. I mean, they should have a pretty hard time getting up there. But I have a bad feeling that maybe we're going to be seeing something that we've never seen before. The enemy able to do something with the ladders. Maybe. Yeah, this is going to be a bit problematic in itself. Okay, I'm going to have to get out my thrown weapons. Let's do some damage. Okay. This is unfortunate. Okay, I'm going to have to move to the side here. There we go. We're taking some damage from the... What? The trebuchets are still up and running. Okay, I'm going to have to do something about that. Hello. I'm just going to sprint right out here. Sprinting me stop motion. It's not motion capture right there. Yeah. Stop motion. Okay, so hello there, friends. Gonna try to kill you guys if I can. There we go. Okay, now try to do some damage to the trebuchet. I think I can do... Can I not do more than this? Wasn't I doing like 233 damage in the ambush? I don't know, I felt I was doing a lot more damage there, but oh well, never mind. I am just gonna randomly hit this. I wish I did more damage to objects. There we go. Okay, now I can just do this. Are my guys actually doing a good job, or are they failing? Because I'm kind of thinking they're failing right now. Our ratios are not looking particularly good. But what was I going to do back there? I'm not sure. Not much. Well, let me just destroy this. I mean, I'm surprised that my catapults are not actually doing any damage to the trebuchet, but I guess they did a really good amount of damage to the siege tower, so I suppose that's kind of nice. Okay, so we'll just go to these ones as well. They're very, very low in HP. So it probably will be okay, right? There we go. Nice. And one final hit for this one, because it's literally just a sliver. There we go. They're all destroyed. Okay, absolutely fantastic. So as you can see right here, yep, the enemy is not even inside. At least I hope not, because my forces are... I'm not sure what they're actually doing right now, but I'm kind of hoping they're going to be okay. Shields. My mortal nemesis. Yeah. Not a terribly big fan. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do now, but I'm pretty confident that because we have done so much damage to the enemy siege engines, it's very, very unlikely for them to really do much else, because obviously they can't get onto the battlements without using these ladders, and there's only one area that they can enter now. So this is... Should be, right? Should be, well, a no-brainer. kind of. But obviously there are no certainties in life, and especially in Bannerlord. But yeah, we'll see if maybe something happens here. I mean, it's highly unlikely. I will die in just a second, by the way, so you know that's just gonna have to happen. Yep, there you go. And let's just see what happens. Maybe we're gonna be okay, because as it stands right now, this is the only entry point they have. This is literally the singular entry point they have, thanks to me going out there and destroying the battering ram, because otherwise they would have been able to get through the central gate. As you can see, we've moved all of our defenders away from the central area there, as well as this area over here, because obviously they had a siege tower as well that was going to be making its way there too. So yeah, they only have one trebuchet up and running, by the way. Not sure if the trebuchet can really do much. I mean, yeah, sure, it can probably kill a handful of enemies every so often, but hopefully they're not really going to be able to do too much. So I'm going to speed things up now, and we're going to see what happens. But I'm pretty sure we're going to be okay, because as I said, one singular entry point. I have never seen, I don't think I've ever seen an offensive force win in a situation where they only have one entry point when the enemy has a significant garrison. So this, I mean, they're outnumbered. They're outgunned. They have basically nothing that they can do. This should be a victory for us. And I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that this is actually, yeah, that is actually going to be the case, because you never know. They could, I don't know, they could surprise us, I guess, in some way. And there it is. That is indeed a victory for us right there. And as you can see, we actually have some of our people. Look at that guy. That is so funny. Yeah, we actually have some of our people literally attempting to climb down the ladders, and in the process literally falling over and killing themselves off the wall, which is exactly what I would do. So I guess they're just trying to emulate the greatest person that has ever fallen off a wall and died as a result of it. Yes, that's great, isn't it? Oh, that's wonderful. Anyway, yeah, I basically sat there for like 10 minutes just waiting for our forces to do their thing. And indeed, look at this. I can now go for a nice little auto-resolve here. It should be, yep, that is very, very nice indeed. There's no way they could have done anything, because the walls are still very much intact, and they weren't really able to do much as a result of it. So there you go. That is wonderful. I'm not going to take any of the other troops here. I will take some of the prisoners. Do I really care too much about that? Maybe. I'll take some of these guys. Why not? I'm not going to take the rest. And there we go. All right. So we were able to do that. And indeed, as a result of this, there it is. The last hostile banner has withdrawn from Poros. And there it is. Okay, so now we literally have the opportunity. We can actually upgrade it again? Are you joking? We can upgrade it to level 6? What? Oh, okay. I don't see anyone else with level 6. Yeah. I don't see anyone else with level 6. Do I want to wait for 2 million gold and then literally just go straight on in and see what we can do? I mean, waiting for 2 million gold is going to take me quite some time, isn't it? That's the only problem, you see. So I don't think we're going to have the opportunity to do that right now, at least. I mean, what I would like to do, ideally, is actually go to Phykeon. So we're going to go to Phykeon. Why not? Let's do it. Let's go over there and see what we can do, because I think, I mean, obviously, now that we have a level 5 city, it's going to be very, very difficult for anyone to do anything to it. And we can go to Phykeon here and hopefully take that. And you can see here, obviously, Kuyas, we would need a boat, right, to get over there. And I don't really want to get a boat, do ya? The boatman. The boatman. Oh, yeah. I mean, do you know that reference? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Anyway, we're going to go to Phykeon and we'll see if we can maybe take that, because that will literally just eliminate what? How many people? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 clans. We'd get those guys all over to join us. Obviously, Calradia Castle is currently under siege by something. I'm not sure what. And as you can see, we do have our little girl here who is now age 2, which is very nice. Not too bad. And yeah, we're otherwise just going to make our way over here. I'm not sure what Atalon is doing. He's probably going okay, but yeah, anyway, we will be probably, we're going to save up, and I'm going to be very intrigued actually to see whether we can even get to level 6. Because if we can get to level 6, I don't even know what that is going to provide us, because as it is right now, a level 5 provides you with recruits that are level 4 and level 5, or tier 4, tier 5. And you can see here that Diathma actually did extend by capturing Resource Castle. Okay, yeah, well, I don't really care about that too much. Do I? Do I care about that too much? Kind of, because it does take away from us. But our overall combat strength is incredible. Like there is really very much not anything that other people can actually do right now. They are. I mean, literally, look at this. I have 3,000 troops, and this particular town has 800. Usually, I'd be like, "Oh yes, 800. That's a lot. That's a lot of people. I need to be careful." But actually, in this case, I have so many troops that I can just go in here and throw my weight around like some idiot, and I can probably just win. I could probably just win like instantaneously almost. What we are going to do though is obviously we're going to be doing some damage here. I am actually going to respec my engineer after this. I know I've said that time and time again in this episode that I forgot to do it, and now I'm going to do it after this siege. And then I didn't do it after that siege, and then I said it again, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I will be doing it after this one, because this one is going to be an auto-resolve. We're just going to auto-resolve. As soon as I've got the walls down, that's it. We're just going to auto-resolve with these guys, and that's going to be all. And then we're going to be getting that additional 25% dodge chance, because I personally think that additional HP is not actually that useful in comparison to a 25% dodge chance, because it reduces the enemy's accuracy to 75%, or maybe even lower than that, because their inherent inaccuracy is already going to be, multiplying or, additive in that particular value, right? So it's obviously going to make it a lot easier for our siege engines to stay alive. And that's what we want. That is what we want. So yeah, let's just see what we got. There we go. Okay, fantastic. Nice. Done. Boom. Instant victory for us right there. And there it is. Look at that. We've now taken Phykeon, and indeed, unfortunately for us, that Calradia Castle actually managed to get taken by someone else before we finished this siege, but that is not really that big a deal. It's okay. We don't really need to worry about it too much. Now, I just need to wait until daytime, and then we're going to be going, yes, hello there, going to be going and speaking to the person that allows us to respec. I've heard of these games. Yes, it's called Mountain Blade Bannerlord. Yes, that's what it's called. The tournament master doesn't know what I'm talking about, but there you go. Anyway, I don't have any more questions. Okay, here we go. This is for Mr. Talason, the Scholar. And we're going to be... Is it intelligence or... Yeah, it's intelligence. Okay, engineering. There we go. 8,000. Fantastic. Okay, so I have to very quickly do this, because otherwise, if I start moving around or whatever, he's going to actually spec himself again, because he's automatic. There we go. Okay, fantastic. So these, in my opinion, are the best engineering perks up to 200th level. So this is it. 10% build speed to ranged siege engines. Dungeon Architect, 25% chance ranged siege engines getting hit while under bombardment, minus 25% chance. So that's effectively a dodge chance, in my opinion. And otherwise, apart from that, I like Military Planner. I think Military Planner is absolutely amazingly good. Wallbreaker is really good. This is Governor. That's a Governor thing, so that basically doesn't help us at all. But yeah, Wallbreaker is obviously fine. Then we're going to be getting Foreman. This is really good, because 10% Mangonel and Trebuchet accuracy. How can you say no? And neither of these make any difference whatsoever, unless you're going to be making the particular character into a Governor. I'm going to be going for Siege Engineer, I suppose, just because I'm going to be using our Engineer primarily, if at all, as a Governor, as a way to, protect that particular place. Otherwise, we're going to be going for camp building, minus 50% cohesion loss of armies. I don't care at all about the pre-built ballista. The pre-built ballista is probably one of the worst things that you could get, because I personally don't like ballistas at all. I think ballistas are terrible. I think they're absolutely useless. But I don't know. Maybe I just haven't seen a particularly good use case for them just yet. Then we're going to go for engineering guilds as well, because +1 recruitment slot when recruiting from artisan notables is relatively decent. And then we obviously have a number of other things right here. For example, metallurgy. Metallurgy is actually really, really good if you are actually deciding to be the captain of your own, or you're going to make that particular character a captain for some of your formations. Otherwise, architectural commissions is obviously very good, because 25% reload speed to mangonels and trebuchets in the siege bombardment is insane. And then the rest of it is just, well, additional damage and stuff like that, which obviously is very, very helpful. Anyway, we're going to be disbanding this army right here. I'm just going to let them go and do whatever they want to do, because we are basically done in this area, as you can see. And the only thing that we need to take now is Diathma, and then we have consolidated. So let's take a quick look at our diplomacy screen here. We have 44,800 in combat strength. Can anyone beat us? Can anyone beat us? I don't know. It feels to me like not many people can do that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. We make one mistake and we're dead. That's how it goes, because Poros, as I said, if Poros gets taken, we're done. There's nothing I can do about it. That's it, you know? So it's a very risky maneuver for me to kind of go away from there, but the funny thing is, I think level 6 is going to be really, really fun, if we can even make it to level 6. I'm going to try and do that, but in the next episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.